So I wanted to give you guys a quick update on a news story that I talked about a few days ago in regard to Microsoft's Surface Duo. One of the big selling features for a lot of people is the ability to stream Xbox Game Pass games to this device, but not just stream games to this device, because you can do that on any mobile device, but the ability to actually take advantage of the dual screen form factor and use one screen for the game and another screen for your controls. If you've not tried this before, it's actually quite cool. You do need your Game Pass subscription to be able to do this, but I digress. It is a very cool feature. And basically what you can do is you can load up the Game Pass application and then find a game that you want to play, click on play on that game, and then span the app across both screens. And you can see here that it's telling you now that you can actually rotate this device around and you can get your controls on the bottom. Now here, it's going to take just a second because it wants me to use the touchscreen. Minecraft Dungeons is kind of like a hybrid game where you can use the actual screen up here to select things, or you can use your controls down here at different times. And they load into the actual play area, and you will very quickly see the controls on the bottom, and there you go. This actually works really, really well. And as you can see, you actually get controls that are custom to the game themselves, right? Not just standard ABXY controls, but actually customized controls for the game. And a lot of games actually will give you that ability. So, like I said, this is a very cool, very interesting feature that makes mobile gaming, streamed mobile gaming, very cool, because you're playing full console games on your Surface Duo, not just restricted to Android games that are going to play with the controls on top of the screen. It's very, very good. Well, the thing I talked about a few days ago, maybe a week or so ago, was that a recent update to the Game Pass app actually broke that feature. In fact, if you are running the most recent build of the Game Pass app on your Duo and you try to do that, what is going to happen is going to be, let's be honest, very, very frustrating, because you wind up with a situation where the game, even though you're like this, the game is sort of here and the hinge is right in the middle of it and your controls are on top of the game. It does not recognize this is a Duo and this is running in, what would you call it, compose mode, basically. So an update broke one of these big selling features for Surface Duo and Duo 2. That was very, very frustrating. Of course, I put out a video explaining how to temporarily fix this. The TLDR, the short version, is go to the Play Store, click on uninstall on Game Pass to revert it to the original system version, and then up in the top right, click that little 3 dots and tell it not to auto-update anymore, and you can continue playing on Game Pass just fine. It was apparently unclear for a little while, though, if this was a mistake or if this feature was just going away. Well, good news is a couple of days ago, Windows Central finally got a response from Microsoft on this. Let's read this response here. Quote, Microsoft is aware that Duo 2 users and Duo 1 users are experiencing issues using Remote Play and the second screen experience with Xbox Cloud Gaming. That's actually an important point here, because not just Xbox Cloud Gaming was not working, but apparently Remote Play as well, which is where you have an Xbox console and you stream games to your system from your actual console, to your Duo from your console, I should say. The team is investigating the issue and working to provide a fix in the coming days. So let's look at this from a couple of different angles. First off, the Remote Play apparently has been broken for a while now, and it just didn't get talked about all that much because I guess not that many people are using it. The cloud streaming got broken over a week, maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, probably closer to 2 weeks at this point, and there's still no fix rolled out. So that's a couple of bad looks, right? These things are not new problems. They're relatively new, but they've been around for a minute, and they've still not got this fixed. They've rolled out updates to this app already a couple of times since then, and they've not fixed this problem. I guess we should be happy that there is apparently a fix coming, but it's certainly not a good look when a feature that you advertised on your device gets broken and it takes you this long to even put out a statement. You have to be kind of prodded to put out a statement. And guys, this kind of goes back into a video that I made where I talked about the fact that I believe that perception, not necessarily performance, is the biggest problem for Duo and Duo 2. Well, this news story is a bit of perception and a bit of performance, because what we have is an app that is broken and then that leading to a negative perception. And Microsoft, once again, as I talked about in that video, not doing themselves any favor, really, in a couple different ways. First off, they push out an update that breaks things, and they push out another update that further breaks things. And then it takes, so that's bad. And then it takes them a really long time to actually respond to this. They have people online, in forums, in videos, on Twitter, all talking about this, asking them online, can you give us a response? Is this broken? Is this coming back? Did you remove this feature? Have you abandoned Surface Duo in this way? And they just don't respond. They just kind of leave you hanging like this until, again, someone like Windows Central, I say someone as if Windows Central is a person, but a reporter at Windows Central finally gets a response from them weeks after this whole problem began. And there's no real reason to think that a fix is coming anytime soon. They say that a fix is coming, but their track record is just not very good on this stuff. If you go to the Google Play Store right now and try to update your Microsoft launcher on your Duo, the Play Store will say that the Microsoft launcher is not supported on your device. That's crazy. Something, again, is broken. And this is like the second or third time this has happened. And there's just no communication at all. So not to totally rehash my prior video, but this absolute lack of communication by Microsoft, combined with the fact that they routinely break their own features, really makes this thing a more difficult sell for people. Because I can sit here and tell you all day long the Duo and Duo 2 is a vastly improved experience. I can show you poll results with hundreds and now thousands of people having voted on these polls, showing you that with each subsequent update, Duo 2's scores, their ratings have improved and improved, and now the majority, actually the vast majority of people would tell you that their Duo 2 performs very, very well. I can tell you all this stuff. But as long as at the same time, other people can tell you Microsoft broke Game Pass streaming and they're not talking about it and it's not coming back and there's no real reason to think anything separate until weeks later, it's an uphill battle. Microsoft, you've got to do better with this stuff. You've got to communicate more quickly. And you've got to stop breaking your own stuff on this device because it makes it a hard sell for people that are, don't want to spend necessarily $1,400 on a device that they feel like might get canceled or might have the support ended on it, even though there's not actually a good reason to think that. Again, perception sometimes is a stronger selling force or not selling force than reality itself. Now, we would have hoped that the fact that all of these projects are now under one banner, right? The Duo itself, Duo's operating system, the PhoneLink application, SwiftKey, all the Android-related stuff is now under one banner underneath Panos Panay. We would have hoped that this would have led to some better communication, some better performance, and things like this just not happening. But yet, here they are continuing to happen. I guess we're going to look at the glass being half full here and say that, yes, they've responded, and apparently a fix is coming in the coming days. Whatever that is actually going to mean, that's going to be the bigger question. Guys, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.